Folks, this person next to me, absolutely amazing, incredible. If I ever need to be replaced, which of course would be a world tragedy. This person here is totally privileged. Many say he's even more qualified than me, which is impossible. That's okay. This person thinks fast, speaks well, combs his hair better than me. Difficult, I know. And he still smiles like he won the lottery. It's fantastic. If I wasn't me, I'd want to be that person. Tremendous choice, tremendous.
The Wayne County Prosecutor Office announced on April 22nd, 2026, that no charges will be filed against a 22-year-old CPL holder who fatally shot 3 people at a Detroit gas station. The incident, which occurred earlier Sunday morning at a gas station on West McNichols near Lahser, began following a traffic collision. According to investigators, the shooting stemmed from a crash following an illegal drag racing event. The pursuit. The 3 victims, Lahser Owens III, 24, Sheeler, 24, and Trevor Sheeler Jr, 19, allegedly chased the shooter's vehicle to the gas station. So obviously, it looks like these 3 was related. Altercation. The trio, the shooter's vehicle, opens the driver's door and began a physical assault on the driver. The shooter, a passenger in the rear seat, used a registered Draco to fire at in defense of the driver. Wayne County Cam Worthy said the evidence showed the shooter's act in lawful self-defense and defense of others. So stay tuned to Shabazz News Hour for a deep community and legal analysis on this story.
All right, thank you so much, Allie. Well, new this morning, a gas station clerk who witnessed a shooting that killed 3 people is speaking out to 7 News Detroit about what he witnessed.
It's our top story this half hour. It happened early Sunday morning on Detroit's west side, and police say it all stemmed from a minor car crash.
Now take a look at this gas station surveillance video showing that violence unfold in just a matter of seconds. Shots ring out, claiming the lives of 2 men and a woman.
And this morning, we are bringing you the first-person perspective of the gas station attendant who was working when the chaos erupted.
7 News Detroit reporter Ryan Marshall joins us live from that gas station, breaking down what we know and what the clerk says he witnessed. Ryan?
Well, Key and Alicia, it is a new twist to a tragic ending. We talked to the gas station clerk who says that he was right there when things escalated quickly. He says he heard 6 or 7 shots ring out. Things escalated, and that is when he dialed 911. Now, according to Detroit police, there was a triple deadly shooting at the Sunoco gas station at the corner of McNichols and Lahser Road here on Detroit's west side. DPD says the shooting happened around 3 a.m. early Sunday morning and stemmed from an altercation at the gas station following a crash. Authorities say a woman and 2 men were shot and killed. Family and friends identified 2 of the victims as 25-year-old Trevor Sheeler and his sister Jasmine. Detroit police say they've arrested the person they believe to be the shooter. 7 News Detroit obtained surveillance video from the gas station showing the moments before the shooting, but this morning we're hearing from the gas station clerk who was right there when that physical altercation turned into gunfire. The clerk also says he heard 6 or 7 shots. That's when he quickly locked the door, took cover, and dialed 911.
I was in the back, and I was watching the cameras, and then 2 cars pulled up. One of them was trying to leave, and the black car blocked in the Dodge, and then people hopped at the 300, started fighting the people that's in the Dodge, and whoever was driving the Dodge just shot at them. So one of the woman that got shot, she ran across the street, and then she just fell down. She ended up dying because they didn't think, they only thought it was 2 people. I never seen her until after. But the 2 people, one of them just died right away. One of them was still alive, but the cops just, I don't think they could save him.
All right, back out here on the city's west side now. Detroit police says their condolences go out to the families impacted by this tragic event. We're also expected to learn more about the person Detroit police have in custody during an arraignment over the next few days. We're here live on the city's west side.
Under the Michigan Self-Defense Act, MCL 780-972, an individual is legally justified in using deadly force if they meet specific criteria regarding their location, their conduct, and the nature of the threat. In the context of the April 2026 Detroit gas station shooting, the following legal standards apply to the prosecutor's decision not to file charges. Core legal requirement: honest and reasonable belief. The individual must be generally believe that the force is necessary to prevent intimate death and great bodily harm or sexual assault to them or another person. In this case, the prosecutor determined the shooter reasonably believed the driver was at risk of such harm during the physical assault. No duty, no retreat, stand your ground. Michigan state law that if you are in a place you have the legal right to be, such as a public gas station, you have no obligation to try and run away before using force, provided you are not committing a crime. Defense of others. An individual may step into the shoes of another person if that person, the driver, have had the rights to use deadly force to defend themselves. A bystander, the passenger, has the same right to use force on their behalf, not engage in a crime. To benefit from stand your ground protection, the person using force must not be engaged in the commission of a crime at the time. The Castle Doctrine extension. While typically applied to home, Michigan, Castle Doctrine MCL 780.951 also applies to occupied vehicles. Presumption of fear. That is a rebuttable legal presumption that a person has an honest and reasonable fear of death or greatly bodily harm if someone is unlawfully and forcefully entering into the occupied or their occupied vehicle. Represents up to case reports indicate the victim forced open the driver's door to attack the occupant, which aligns with the condition that triggered this legal presumption. Burden of proof in Michigan. Once a defendant provides enough evidence to make self-defense claim plausible, the burden of proof shifts to the prosecution. The prosecutor must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the individual did not act in lawful, or that the individual did not act in lawful self-defense. And in this instance, the Wayne County Prosecutor Office stated there was insufficient evidence to overcome that legal hurdle. And so there you have it. Looked like these three individuals was located. They was in some kind of manner or fashion. They seem to have the last name. So they got into an altercation, was a drag race, which you see a lot of young people, they get involved in rage incidents because one think their car is more faster or better than the other. If you did not manufacture, put together, create this vehicle, if you did not modify it, have it modified, paid for it, then you have to assume that these vehicles are just the same. It just depends on make and brand and whether it's a car or a economy car. You got different sports cars, you got different economy cars. So actually, you're not in the place to anyone trying to assure that yours is better than theirs when neither one of you created the vehicle. I don't understand this kind of thinking, but you got a lot of crazy people out here on the highways and byways that actually think like this. I got a better car than you, so you're not supposed to pass me. Or they get jealous and they want to pull it out the firearm and start shooting and killing each other over this silliness. But the individual actually freed by the prosecutor office because these three individuals, this young man, after that they just lost, they pulled over his door the event of to assault him in the form of the attempted murder. They assault with it caused with bodily harm. And so this individual took out his gun and started firing at him, striking two of the individuals. One female on the scene that was in with this trio actually died from her wounds. Sad as this may be, unfortunately, this is what happens when you cannot control your mental faculties of your emotions. We need to, as a people, learn how to control our emotions and not let anger get the best of us. That way this kind of stuff do not happen. A young lady in her early 20s or either late teens now has lost her life, and I'm quite sure that her family is going to be or devastated over this. But I'm going to bring her into this video. Once again, we thank you for rocking with us and tuning in to in every episode. Again, this is Shabazz Hours, and I'm your host, John Shaft. And we ask if you would to support the channel, simply by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you would know when we are doing a upload. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next news story.
Let me tell you something, folks. This guy right here, he's incredible. I've seen a lot of hardworking people in my life, believe me, but this man, he works harder than anyone. He's honest, he's loyal, and he doesn't quit. People talk about the American dream. He lives it. He doesn't make excuses. He makes things happen. He's what America's all about. If we had more people like him, this country would be in even better shape. Truly an inspiration. Great guy, just great.